Hello YouTube, welcome to my channel. This is our weekly 0206 and it's time for another comic book artist spotlight. This will be episode number 5 and tonight the spotlight is on Todd McFarlane. So we will get right into this. Todd McFarlane, I don't have a whole lot of comic books of his with his covers, but I do have a few to show you tonight. So, and as is the theme with all my comic book artist videos, I just want to tell you a little bit about the person and show you some of his art so that you will be able to recognize it when you're out in the field looking for comic books. And I also want to show you his autograph or his signature, however you want to look at it, so that you can look for that on books. Because a lot of times Todd McFarlane has his signature on the cover, and it's in a little box, kind of like a scroll looking paper, like it's a rolled out scroll with his name on it. So anyway, I'll show you all that stuff. So anyway, Todd McFarlane was born March 16th, 1961. So he's just about 3 years older than me. He is a Canadian comic book creator, and he is an entrepreneur. So he has other ventures besides comic books. So in the late 1980s and early 90s, McFarlane became a comic book superstar due to his work on Marvel Comics' Spider-Man. And then he worked on Venom in 1992. But probably what Todd McFarlane is most known for would be his creation of the character of Spawn. So Spawn and Spider-Man are probably his two main characters that he has worked on. Just a little bit more background, because Todd McFarlane, when they talk about his entrepreneurial adventures, you know, there's McFarlane Toys, and then there's McFarlane, what's the name of it? Todd McFarlane Entertainment. So he's in the entertainment industry as well. So he has his hands in very many different things. Todd McFarlane also used to own, or was partial owner of a hockey team, and now I don't remember what team that was. Let's see. Edmonton Oilers. He was co-owner of Edmonton Oilers, and shared that with Daryl Katz. So anyway, Todd McFarlane, as with Jim Lee, also was part of the creative group of Image Comics. And so he was part owner in that as well. And when they started Image Comics, I believe is when he brought out the character Spawn, which is a character that he had actually created, I think, in high school. And he updated it to the 90s style, and that became one of his biggest hits. So that's a little bit about him. I think I got something on awards here as well. Yeah, here it is. So in 1992, he got the National Cartoonist Society Award for Best Comic Book. It doesn't say what comic book, it just says that he got it for Best Comic Book. 1992, he also got the Inkpot Award. In 2000, a Grammy Award for Best Short Form Music Video for Freak on a Leash. Don't know that I've ever seen that. Let's see. And he also, let's see. There was another one. Yeah. He was also inducted in the Canadian Comic Book Creator Hall of Fame. And that was, when was that? 2011, June 18th, 2011. So he has won many awards, and Todd McFarlane, he's a, if you've ever met him, he's a really nice guy. I mean, you see interviews with him on TV, and he doesn't appear sometimes like he would be a very nice guy. But I personally haven't met him, but I do know people who have met him that said that he was a really kind and considerate person and liked to talk and so on and so forth. But like I said, I've never met him. I would like to, because I have a few books here. I would like to have more books, but I do have some to show you. And this is probably one of his more famous books, I suppose. This one here is the first all-new collector's item issue of Spider-Man #1. And I'll try to keep the glare off this so you can see it. This one's still in the plastic wrap. And then if you notice right here, if I can get it to focus, I want to see if I can get his signature to focus in. Come on. There we go. So you can see right here, now this one he's just signed McFarlane, but okay. So that's what his signature looks like. The thumbnail for this video actually has his signature in that picture, with a picture of him and a picture of Spawn. Another Spider-Man comic that he did. This is Spider-Man #2. Very cool cover with his signature right here, or his trademark, however you want to look at it. His trademark is very well known, since it is also on his toys and different things of that nature. So, and then of course New Mutants #87. Is also a McFarlane cover. There's a little better, or a little bigger example. That has Liefeld on it as well, but that's a little better example of the type of scroll type of box that his signature's in. And then of course I do have some Spawn, a couple of Spawn books. This is Spawn #8. And right down here it has his signature, if I can get it to focus in on that. Come on. There we go. It's trying. There we go. Here's another one, and it's a Mattina and McFarlane variant of Spawn. Let me get it back here where you can see the whole thing. Alright. And down here at the bottom, shows Mattina and McFarlane on the bottom of that. Last book I have, and you would know that I would have this. Unfortunately, I do not have, that I'm aware of right now, I do not have any other Batman books. He did detective comics, I think 576, 77, and 78, I believe. And I have, I believe 575, and then it skips down to 580. So I don't have any of the Todd McFarlane detective comics, but I do have this beauty. Batman number 423. If I can get the glare off the crazy thing there, that's a little better. And I like the way he did his signature on this one. Let me see if I can get that in where you can see it. Come on. Cool. Sorry about the glare. Just trying to get that to focus for you. Well, it is not cooperating too well with me. Let me get it closer, maybe it'll focus then. Nope. Now get real close. How's that? There it is. I knew if I freaked this camera out enough, it'd show up. Alright. And this is probably this is my first Todd McFarlane, the first Todd McFarlane cover that I ever got. So I do cherish that book. And all the books from Todd McFarlane. Don't really have a whole lot else to tell you, I don't believe. That's one thing I do appreciate. I have had a few people on these comic book artist spotlight videos actually give me some information in the comments about different about the artist that video happened to be about, and I do appreciate that. So I would also advise people to look at the comments, other people's comments, and see what kind of comments that they've written, because there's been a couple times where some people have written down, quite lengthy comments that talk about different things from that artist. So yeah, I mean, it's a good resource. People that's got much more information than I have about these people. But it's also been suggested that I do comic book writers as well. I've had a couple people ask me if I was going to include writers in with this. I probably won't include it into these videos, but I do think I might start a series on artists, on writers as well. So give me some feedback on that, see what you think, because I've already got a few in mind that I'd like to talk about. Of course, since I'm a huge Neil Adams fan, Denny O'Neil, I'm a huge fan of his writing, because their stuff was coming out when I really got into the Batman comic books. There was a lot of that coming out then, so right after the Batman TV series ended. Then I wanted comic books, so I got a few comic books from that time period, and still have them. So anyway, if you enjoy these videos, these spotlight videos on comic book artists, please give me a like. Let me know what you think. If there's any kind of different information you'd like to give. I just like to give a little bit of personal background as far as, when they were born, kind of when they started in the comic book industry, some of the major things that they did, some awards that they've won, and, maybe a little bit of personality traits, some examples of their art. One of the big things I really like about Todd McFarlane too is, and this shows up in this Batman book especially, is the way he does the points and stuff on the cape, even the way he done the points on the ears. It's just it's very distinctive, the way he draws capes and stuff, and Spawn's capes the same way. I mean, it's over exaggerated, the big points coming up around his head, the way it's got the big points flowing out away from, and it's just a huge flowing cape. It's just a lot different from what most people, it's interesting because you see some people that draw capes in a very flowing and kind of silky like fashion. Then you have, like this, where you've got the big points and the mass and all that. And then you have the other guys that have the capes that they just kind of, they don't, in a way they just kind of look like they're laying there. They're rippled and so on, but it kind of looks like a curtain that's just kind of sticking out away from their neck. But I mean, there's so many different styles of the way that they, that these artists do capes and so on. And I'm not saying any of them are wrong. I'm just saying that they're different. So, but I really do like the way Todd McFarlane does capes and things of that nature. So anyway, I believe that's all I have for tonight. And I will now let you go. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have not subscribed to my channel, I would appreciate you subscribing. And thank you so much to all my subscribers, all my many friends out there that I have what am I trying to say? The new friends that I've made is basically what I'm getting at. All the new friends that I've made through becoming a YouTube video creator and being in this awesome comic book community. I would have never imagined that this community was this awesome when I first started watching videos. And then I got, because I kind of started out just with Joker 68, Captain Strangelove, and then I found Silver Age Dave, and it just grew from there. And then Joker got me interested in actually doing videos and showing my stuff. And the next thing you know, the community's just coming together and we're making friends with each other. And it's just an awesome group of people out there. And I really appreciate all my subscribers. And one other thing I did want to mention. This weekend is Indiana Comic Con in Indianapolis, Indiana. I'm going there Friday. I'm taking the day off Friday, and me and my daughter's coming up from Florida, and she's going to meet me at the convention Friday. Well, I think it starts at noon. I think it opens at noon. So she's going to meet me there around noon. But I know that Matt Funkoff is he's going to be there. I just talked to him yesterday as a matter of fact, and he's going to be there Friday. So me and him are going to meet up. So that'll be awesome. This will be the first time I've ever met anybody from YouTube, from any of the YouTube channels that I watch or that I'm subscribed to or that are subscribed to me or anything else. So I'm really looking forward to that. So Matt, if you're watching this video, see you Friday. And I really hope to get to meet James with Boom Boom Comics next year at HeroCon, and also Daryl from Simply Incredible Podcast. That'd be awesome. And I also hope to be able to go to I think it's Fantastic Con in Toledo, because Silver Age Dave usually goes to that, and I would really like to meet up with him. I was going to try to go this year, and it didn't work out for me to get there. So hopefully next year. So it'll just be a great time. Anyway, I've talked long enough. Thank you all for watching. Take care. Have a great weekend. Have a great remainder of the week, because this is only, well, this video will go up on Wednesday. So take care. Be blessed. And we'll see you all next video.